I was told of ancient days when wise priestess Beala Tirin to goddess Lyria spoke. The people, remembering all after war, called for Durek's fate. "Slay them, the foul and wretched tribe," said Dokalfar. "Spare them, the poor and miserable beasts," cried Losalfar. Their minds, depraved and hatred-poisoned, twisted. Alpha struck alpha over drink, at feast, when all else is merry, when peace reigns in havens. Hateful, I am told, were cousins towards each other. From the cold blessed Ferial, Beala Tirin, with a head to seek Lyria's guidance, set forth on a pilgrimage.
I say, isn't there anything we can do about all this uncivilization in these lands? We have magic and weapons. Should be easy work. But you could fit the bill. I'm part of an expedition to the teeth of Naros, and we need another to come with us on the journey. An ominous name. Naros is a troll god. If this is a place trolls believe to be hallowed ground, then what are we getting ourselves into? The Varani woman? Helix seems to respect her, but I have a feeling she'll cheat the lot of us before this is through. This is rather base work for one of my stature, but if rumours of this southern land are true, then even among the Cranwins I'll be reputed. The Cranwins helped found the Order of the Ash. Our caliber of spells is matched only by our fortitude, as I'm sure you've heard. It's as I said, we're going to the unexplored land south of Dalentarth. They're said to house unimaginable wealth. Our coffers will thank us when we get there. If you need more information, find our camp near Ettenmere and speak to our leader, Helic. Leave me.
Lord Ferrara, valiant warrior, destroyer of Infaminir, Duke of the Hylarans, protector of the Ring of Chiozai, discoverer of the island of Meropis, were he only to meet a better end.
Only one head, by the mercy of the gods. I thought my time had come at last. Fate does not seem to hold much stock in my expedition, but it leaves me alive to see its utter failure through to the end. I came here strictly for research purposes. This is not a place many people would come on their own accord. Their impudence seems tied to their devotion. From what I can tell, a small number of prominent shamans are rallying them. If someone had a head on their shoulders and a blade, then toppling those shaman would help pacify the area. Can't say I know all that much about the old man, other than he's a fisherman here in Etten-Mere. He's quite a hospitable man, though. He let me stay here without much question. I'm here from Odessa on business. The rest of my expedition was wiped out by the Etten. I was leading an expedition to recover a pair of Arathi artifacts, known only as Shine and Shadow. I've spent the last decade researching them. Texts say the artifacts are powerful, but what they can do is never explicitly stated. Regardless, the Templars feel it best to place such items under their guard. But the Etten have hit us hard. And it's said that the artifacts are guarded in Delak by an ancient powerful shaman of their kind. I'm at a loss for what to do. I have not had such good news in some time. My research indicates that the artifacts are somewhere in Delak. It seems they're now a trophy of the Etten. I can promise you this much. Though my expedition was underprepared, it was not underfinanced. A large reward waits for one who finds the artifacts. My research has tracked them to Delak. There is talk of an ancient guardian. From the looks of this place, it's likely some Etten.
There ain't no fish today, stranger. It's best you look elsewhere. Ugh, can't even look a fish in the face anymore. Not ever since I met that nymph. Not much here anymore besides the Etten and myself. We get the occasional traveller, but it's not often. They're hostile enough normally, but of late it seems like a couple have become struck with divine inspiration. Kind that makes the Etten go to war. If they keep this up, we might have an Etten war party on our hands. If only someone might take care of those shamans first. I've been a fisherman on these shores since I could cast a net. Even the Etten leave me be. Used to be this was Holmes Lake. But I lost my wife Imelda to fever and my nephew abandoned me to go to Dyden Hill. And now I'm just a man content to die in the house my family built here years ago. I can remember when I first saw her, on the cliff to the south, overlooking Etten-Mere. I saw that watery maiden and I fell in love with her. I've outlived my Imelda. My nephew Thaddeus up and left for Dyden Hill for want of never seeing me again. I had a chance of ending loneliness, but it was taken from me. The beasts of the wild scared her off. We were to wed by my pier, but I ain't seen her for days now. I'd search, but the monsters will rip me to shreds. I bet you could indeed, but that's only half of what's needed. You must also find my bride-to-be. Then the wedding will be upon us. I've got to find the ring. I need to find my bear mask. I need to prepare. You best start by the pier. If she's not there, keep heading south. She's bound to be somewhere. Go on now. I will ready myself for the wedding and then catch up to you. Well, I've seen a few fine women in my day. Even met a fey woman in Gorhart long ago. But that nymph, she's something else. Her skin's luster. Her heaving prow and ample stern. Except for the fishy parts, I mean. But even so, I've fished this lake enough that the form is, pleasingly familiar. I was to meet her at the old pier, but the gentle creature got scared by the monsters, no doubt. I first laid eyes on her from the cliff overlooking the lake, to the south. I bet if you head south, you'll still find her. Please, find my nymph.
Hello, I'm Lady Olane. What do I call you? I prefer names to titles. Sometimes we here at the House of Ballads can get a little caught up in the veneration. Of course, you're Sagril now, as it should be. Welcome. Famor was no friend to his kind even before he was cursed. It is good that Ferrara's lot in the telling is to end the fiend's days. He deserves it. I have not met one myself, but there is word that Tuatha have been glimpsed in the shadows of western Dalentarth. Our kind survives by the grace of nature, and there is nothing natural about the Tuatha. When the roots are poisoned, the fruit spoils on the vine. Call me Olane. The others will never call me anything but Lady Olane, Knight of the Golden Knot, Destroyer of Sreng, and Keeper of the Fenian Cycle. I won a seat in the House of Ballads many seasons ago. Back then I was lost, and I desired a new telling, one with meaning. Your kind might call it a purpose. He's an incredible creature, unique in every way. No other Fae hero has grasped the imagination of our people like he has. No one knows why it is happening. Not even Hallam the White. Yet every day we can feel it, like a shiver of coming autumn, a deadly frost on the morning air. I believe it is due to what the Tuatha have wrought with their flames of war. The world burns. None of us can escape the cleansing fire. Mortals have kingdoms and tribes and nations. We Fae are connected to one another by a deeper understanding, a magic from which we've all been born. The Court of Summer is a circle of elders that, for lack of a better word, governs our kind. It may seem silly to outsiders, but the Court of Enchantments has become very meaningful to the Fae of the Summer Court. Our songs live on despite the decline in magic.
When Hallam told me a mortal had taken the open seat, I did not believe him. But here you stand before me. Impressive. It is a pity about Sagra, a grand hero. But there's not time to raise the king's token in his honor. We need every hand carrying a sword for the coming battle. We've come to aid Sir Ferrara, our brother in the Court of Enchantments. It is time for his telling of the Ballad of Bloody Bones. Few know the truth of the House of Ballads, that we are not the actual heroes of myth. Those knights have gone, passing into the cycle, or moving on to nobler adventures. However, it is our wish for the great songs to endure, that seasons of Fae would sing them before the fires. True power is in returning to what matters, so the House of Ballads was established, and worthy warriors were found to act in the roles of Wenson, Bellmaid, and the others. To tell these tales is a great honor. He is one who prefers action to discussion, a tempestuous firebrand who would rather pursue the mortal flesh than any other of life's mysteries. That is why his ballad is such a stirring one. Ferrara will always be the lovable rogue who finally chooses another over himself. Timeless is what it is. It is an amulet worn by all King Wensons in the telling. I wear it, as have all the kings who rose and fell at the mercy of the seasons. Only he who wears the king's token is worthy of walking in Wenson's stead, of singing the most important songs of the Summer Court. There is no need to kneel. Honestly, I wish I could do away with all this king nonsense altogether. The tragedy we face, it is not legend. It is real. It is now. Yes, I am the acting Wenson. But the true king has been gone for many seasons. I am the fifth such Fae to hold the title, and at times like this, I wish I did not. Like all other Fae in the Western lands, I am a subject of the Court of Summer, our wise council of elders. They are responsible for the well-being of our kind. We are legendary champions of the telling, brought together for the purpose of ensuring Summer Court glory for seasons to come. It is a ballad of obsession and sacrifice, one of the Summer's oldest. Bloody Bones was not always as a terror. No, he was once called Famor, a counselor to Issa himself. Sadly, he was driven by lust, and by his need to possess whatever he desired. Taking Lord Issa's lover, he fled with her to his hollow of Uduath. When the maiden was rescued, Issa cursed Famor. He could not die, and his soul would never enter the great cycle. He became an abomination, known only as Bloody Bones. Every few seasons, Bloody would emerge and steal away a maiden to make his bride. That is, until he took the beloved of Sir Ferrara. Ferrara went in pursuit of his nemesis, for Bloody Bones has emerged, poised to abduct a maiden to be his mistress. So goes his song. You will need to revive Ferrara after the battle. I can only assume Hallam would not have sent you unprepared for this task. Go to Ferrara, and quickly. When the two of you finish, I will await you at the House of Ballads in the north. Do be careful, Sagril. Uduath is northwest, on the shores of Ettenmere. It is sealed by a powerful spell, but Bloody's magic is weak, and you should be able to gain entrance. Good luck.
So brief his term among our court, so virile in his living. He is fervor embodied, he is vitality. He rescued Princess Luna to take us his own. King of Strand, Prince of Passion.
mortal? Is this Wenson's idea of humor? Well, you look hardy enough. Won't botch the tale of Bloody Bones too badly, I suppose. Still, I'm curious as to how Hallam expects you to bring me back from the edge of the Great Cycle. But that's his problem, not mine. A close companion he was. A true brother in your mortal understanding of the word. I trusted him. I had to, as he played such a vital role in my most memorable song. Is there any other way to view the warrior who saves your life time and again? The Duke of the Cursed Fomorians, slayer of Pombero and protector of the Mabinogi. But you may call me brother. I have fought with the lords and ladies of the Court of Enchantments for 3 seasons. My skills with the blade and in the bed know no equal. You dustlings have a similar concept. I believe you call it death. But there is no elegance in your mortality, no poetry. Those of my kind perish, only to have their magic pass on into the Great Cycle, where it returns in kind, reborn into a world that welcomes such new beginnings. I've always known my place has been among the heroes of the court. What other outcome could there be for one so deserving of adoration? They are Almain, settlers from the west, searching for a place to plant their flag. Poor creatures. I've never seen such terrible luck. Camped just outside Uduath, right in Bloody Bones' warpath. Better they had cut their own throats. A kinder fate. Let me be truthful with you, Dustling. I've never seen Bloody Bones act so erratically. He cares nothing for the story, as if he craves a different outcome. Instead of spiriting away a young mortal maiden, he took an entire camp. Men, women, children. It's mad, and certainly not part of the tale. And I thought this ballad couldn't get any worse, considering my impending demise. Well, let's get this over with, shall we? May your gods be with you. Bloodies around here. Kidnapped mortals have been here for days. Onward! be anywhere. They could be anywhere.
They could be... So the witch was right. Help has come from Sir Ferrara the Fair, who flounders in the puddles of Uduath. Such a champion should never lose his way, not in his own song. You, new knight, leave now, forsaking the last prisoners, and I will share with you my knowledge. How I came to change things. Stay, and you'll have nothing but corpses. Oh, I don't know who she is. I don't care. What concerns me is power. The power to end this pitiful design. In every song, the summer champion triumphs. His enemy falls. How long has this been the way of the telling? This existence. It is not a life. It is not a death. It is a snare in which I have struggled for centuries. No more. They are safe. But while mortals have no cares, they also have no time. I can keep them here in Uduath for as long as I wish, until they are but dust. That's true. My intent was never to do harm. All I want, all I have ever wanted was love. Not to be alone in my eternal grief. Fine. The prisoners are free to go. But you shall take their place. You shall be Bloody Bones' new desire.
King. Well done, Sagrel. You have proven yourself worthy of the name. Hallam's trust in you was not misguided. I don't know what to make of Bloody's tale, but it has the ring of truth to it. We must return to Wenson and tell him what we've learned here in Uduath. Off we go then.
Hi. I'd rather not be eaten. You'll excuse me if I escape.
Stay close to the village.
Hello. Care to part with some gold? Goodbye.
What? What do you need? I'll be here.
I'm exhausted.
work.
The hero returns. I am relieved to see you well. What is happening? First Sagril, and now Bloody Bones. These are shocking developments. Listen, Hallam and I have been discussing what transpired in Uduath. You are needed for a very special quest. A song of your very own. You must travel to the home of Tenwa, also known as the Librarian. It is an important journey, not without its perils. I know little about the Librarian. Only that she and Hallam have spent many seasons studying the ebbing tides of magic and how best to preserve our ballads. She is an odd creature, quite aloof and reclusive. From what I've heard, she enjoys the scholarly arts of men with all their brittle, ink-stained quirks. Do not rouse your mortal worry for Hallam. He has left the court seeking answers to our many questions. He will return in time. If someone is corrupting the songs of this great house, Hallam will find them. He is the storyteller, and he knows our ballads better than anyone. Go to Tenwa's cottage in Haxi. She will be waiting for you. Retrieve a ballad from her collection of fey cairns. It is called The Hero and the Maid. Bring it to me, and guard it with your life. Its worth cannot be measured. The library is a collection of special lore stone called cairns, in which are kept the greatest of summer court ballads. As long as they are safe, so too are our songs. The library was not Lord Isa's idea, but the inspiration of Hallam the White. He created the cairns and cast the spell that protects them. The world is changing. Everyone knows it, even if some choose not to accept it. Even as summer court magic weakens, our library of lore will remain strong. Her cottage stands in the gap between Yolvan and Haxi, southeast of here. It is an isolated spot, safe. Tenwa is expecting you.
Welcome. Do come in. You must forgive my lack of hospitality. The Maid of Windermere and her minions have left me in a bit of a situation. Creth and Airmer could offer no remedy, but perhaps your mortal ingenuity will prevail where others have failed. I am Tenwa, formerly a knight of the House of Ballads. Many seasons ago, I was asked to give up my post and come here to work on the Fey Cairns. Hallam has trusted me with protecting the catalogue of legendary summer feats. I guarantee that every song is sung as it should be. She is the Witch Magware, sworn enemy of our great house and Enchantress Supreme. She will do anything within her power to win the love of our brave King Wenson. As it is now, and as it has always been, she preys upon the wild and stupid to reach her goals. But something is different this time. She is growing ambitious. They were designed by Father Atair, a mortal, and I worked with Hallam the White to fashion the enchanted cairn shell itself. Quite a discovery they are. It took more than a season to conceive of, and then create the first working cairn, but it has been worth all my efforts. Our songs of summer are safe, for now. Surely you know the songs of Sir Creth and Sir Airmer, faithful friends and knight hands who recovered the Sword of Ryderk. Ah, but it's likely you know them from Two Knights and a Troll. That is certainly their most popular ballad. They were here only moments ago, and I sent them after the villain who did this. My hopes for rescue go with them. The Great Collection was commissioned by Lord Isa himself, but it was Hallam the White who championed its creation and who crafted the Fey Cairns. As long as the library and its many cairns remain, the songs of summer will have a place in this world, being sung again and again for an eternity. The maid paid me a visit this past evening. She and her accomplice, Nyx the Troll, stole my most prized cairns. All that work, and for what? With what I know, I should have expected an attack. Even this imprisonment spell, it is the same she used in the Ballad of Two Knights and a Troll. I can't recall the counterspell, of course, as that cairn was stolen. You must get them back, mortal. All of them. Especially the one you came for. It is a tale of what happens when one wishes to become something he has not. In this case, the subject of the song was Nyx the Troll, a loathsome, pitiful brute.
As a jest, the Maid of Windermere enchanted Nyx into believing he was an ordinary man. He attempted to settle in a quaint mortal village to predictable disaster. When the knights Creth and Ermer arrived, they treated him like the man he longed to be. They challenged Nyx to a gentlemanly duel and slew him in fair combat. Her nearest lair is Sunder Caverns, where her minion Nyx makes his home. It is a craggy pit in Haxie, east. As in his ballad, Nyx ran when he saw Creth and Ermer arrive. He is clearly under the maid's curse and may be doing her bidding. He ransacked the cottage and made off into the night, his gigantic arm piled high with fey cairns. My fey cairns. See you soon.
Well, well. You truly fit Hallam's description. It's nice to finally gaze upon the new Sagril. I am Sir Airmer. This is my companion, Sir Creth. Ah. Welcome to Sunder Caverns. If you've come in search of the Maid of Windermere, I must disappoint you. She's nowhere to be found. He is my shadow, always there when I need him, and his courage never falters. We are one. When ballads call for Sir Airmer, Sir Creth will be close behind. I am Sir Airmer at your service. My oath-bond brother and knight-hand Creth and I were the knights who returned the flaming sword of Rydark. I believe that there is no higher calling than the House of Ballads. We are all that stands between glory and complete anonymity. It was the fabled blade used to beat back the Balgan during an incursion many seasons ago. Creth and I still argue over which of us the blade truly belonged to. Oh, you wish to know about the storyteller? Ha! Not even I know the ballads of Hallam the White. His telling is the most secret of all, and he's worked hard to keep it so. Well, that being said, I have complete trust in his judgment, even about you. You too? Well, I managed to find one, but there are plenty more. The maid had them. She was here one moment, but gone the next, as is her way. She did leave behind her old ally, Nyx the Troll, to give us a bit of trouble and slow our pursuit. Creth and I have fought Nyx more times than I dare count. You could say he's an old friend. If you're interested in joining our little hunting party, feel free.
Oh, it's you? Don't bother me. I'm not your brother. Not yet. Fight well, and perhaps I'll look upon you with fresh eyes. My true name is Trek, and I am the first and only one to have acted in the role of Sir Creth. He was the sternest of heroes. He had no taste for pageantry and decorum. Airmer and I have sworn allegiance to one another first and foremost. When his sword draws blood, mine is soon to follow. It has been so for seasons. It is no fell trick to find yourself one of the chosen few. It is not a jest or a game or a trifle. It is a responsibility to be undertaken with dread caution. No dustling has ever fallen in with the ranks of the court. So far, our banner has fallen. Oh, I could kill him if I wished to, but that is not how the song is sung. Have you any other stupid questions? Goodbye.
Look who's here. Keep looking. Smell that!
Try not to perish, Dustling.
Quiet. Too quiet. Keep looking.
Eyes forward. Weapons ready. You're slowing us down.
One. That wasn't so terrible now, was it? Still, I'm baffled as to why Nyx was outside Sunder Caverns. It was surely not to play his part in the coming ballad. There's more going on here than Creth and I are party to, and I want to know what. We'll speak again back at the House of Ballads. And Sagro, thank you. These are times of change, and we all must be on our guard. Goodbye.
Excellent, but you've returned without the most important cairn of all. Troubling, but this is a challenge for later. For now, you must break this cursed spell. As you've no doubt noticed, those cairns are warded and will not reveal their secrets. They will, however, last an eternity, perhaps even longer. I knew they would find Nyx. After all, it is their telling to deal with his maddening ways, even if that means slaying him time after time. Those cairns are like lore stones, but special. They're enchanted, and the only way to unlock their contents is to use the Echo Stone. The one in the next room is one of Hallam's early attempts, but it should work. Go listen to Two Knights and a Troll. Find the words that will free me from this prison. It is a form of magic new to our kind, a creation of our own Hallam the White. It is what he and I have been doing here in the library these past few seasons. Lore stones have become a common magic among the young races. They are readily made, changed, and defiled. We Fae need a new currency of telling, a new way. The Echo Stone and the Fae Cairns are the latest in a series of experiments, as Hallam and I seek a way to protect and perpetuate our greatest songs. It is a magical shrine, specially created to hold the most glorious of Fae songs through tragedy and time. There is one in the other room. See you soon.
May the stone sing your song to the ages. May the breath of time remember you. Listen. Listen as the Echo Stone etches each ballad in memory.
The story of two valiant souls I bring. Of the lords named Aermer and Creth I sing. Two hearts united against common foes. The thoughts of one in mind, the other knows. Lord Creth of knights, most stoic and grave. Lord Aermer's hand and shadow the brave. And gentle Aermer, here is the tale of how I shall grant your wish. And we know in part what is wrong. Then the troll and fae did battle after again the heroes of honor.
What is it? Did you discover the words to the counterspell? No, that's not it. Try again. See you soon. Are you ready to speak the counterspell? I thought that was it. Apparently not. See you soon. Are you ready to speak the counterspell? That's it. That's it. Hear me, and don't forget a word. What Hallam feared is coming to pass. Somehow, using a new and twisted magic, the Maid of Windermere hopes to alter the telling. At this moment, she possesses the single most important song in our canon, the hero and the maid. If its story changes, we are all at risk. You must warn the House of Ballads. Time is running out for all of us. I am Tenwa, formerly a knight of the House of Ballads. Many seasons ago, I was asked to give up my post and come here to work on the Fae Cairns. Hallam has trusted me with protecting the catalogue of legendary summer feats. I guarantee that every song is sung as it should be. It is good you killed him. He deserved it for working with the likes of the maid. Of course he will be back, so don't get too self-congratulatory. They were designed by Father Atair, a mortal, and I worked with Hallam the White to fashion the enchanted cairn shell itself. Quite a discovery they are. It took more than a season to conceive of, and then create the first working cairn, but it has been worth all my efforts. Our songs of summer are safe, for now. It is a form of magic new to our kind, a creation of our own Hallam the White. It is what he and I have been doing here in the library these past few seasons. Lore stones have become a common magic among the young races. They are readily made, changed, and defiled. We Fae need a new currency of telling, a new way. The Echo Stone and the Fae Cairns are the latest in a series of experiments, as Hallam and I seek a way to protect and perpetuate our greatest songs. The Great Collection was commissioned by Lord Isa himself, but it was Hallam the White who championed its creation and who crafted the Fae Cairns. As long as the library and its many cairns remain, the songs of summer will have a place in this world, being sung again and again for an eternity. It is a tale of what happens when one wishes to become something he has not. In this case, the subject of the song was Nyx the troll, a loathsome, pitiful brute. As a jest, the Maid of Windermere enchanted Nyx into believing he was an ordinary man. He attempted to settle in a quaint mortal village to predictable disaster. When the knights Creth and Aermer arrived, they treated him like the man he longed to be. They challenged Nyx to a gentlemanly duel and slew him in fair combat. Go find Wenson and Hallam. It may already be too late. I will sing of you, my friend.
You made it.
May I be of service? I will be gentle. You have my word. Be safe.
You're back. I was so worried that the Fae had taken out the revenge on you. As usual, I was wrong. The Fae has recovered, thanks to your potion. In fact, she wishes to stay in the village for the next several weeks as she recovers. Goreheart will be a new community, a place of compassion, and it's thanks to you. Please, take my sword and buckler. They will serve you well, as they have served me. All I know is what I learned in my youth. The heroism of King Wenson and his court of enchantments. My gran spoke of them nightly as she sat by my bedside. For all I know, the House of Ballads is nothing more than myth. But I have a feeling that it exists somewhere out in the deep mists of the Feylands. Once they fought the beasts of chaos, marching to glory through many victories. Sadly, they fell, as all great men do. Now they're nothing more than hired blades. Anyone can earn their allegiance with a few pieces of gold. Bye now.
Greetings, stranger. I understand that you are to thank for my longevity. I'm in your debt. Our people have too long stood apart. Perhaps together we can change that. My interest in humans brought me to the boundaries of your village, and that led to my unfortunate injuries. I plan to stay here, to learn. Goreheart is not simply a village. It is a seed. Within its hardened shell exists all of what makes humanity wonderful, and all that makes it terrible. They are the greatest of us, lords and ladies of the telling. But I was never bound for glory in their ranks. I know that now. Like all Fae, I will take what I've learned from their experience and light the darkest wood. My story is their story, for the telling belongs to all of us. I serve the House of Ballads as a squire, but I've not been home for almost a full season. They will be expecting me.
It is good to see Goreheart overcome the fear that it harbored for so long. Be careful out there.